Yo, what's going on, everybody out there in YouTube world, YouTube land? I'm Jay Jones. I just seen this come across X, man, and I want to read this with y'all. I promise you, when I say I just seen it, I just seen it, and I just want to make this video. So it's from Joe Rogan's podcast. So this is the official Joe Rogan account. It says Austin, Texas podcast, or Let Her Walk. Thoughts. Kamala tells Joe podcast demands. Joe Rogan. Also, for the record, the Harris campaign has not passed on doing the podcast. They offered a date for Tuesday, but I would have had to travel to her, and they only wanted to do an hour. I strongly feel the best way to do this is in the studio in Austin. Okay. My sincere wish is just to have a nice conversation and get to know her as a human being. I really hope we can make this happen. Elon Musk, hour 2 would have been meltdown. I just literally. Let me see. So this is what Joe Rogan says. So let me digest this real quick. Has not yet passed on the interview. They offered a date for Tuesday, but I would have to travel to her, and he wants to do it in his studio in Austin. Well, here it is, Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, I smoke rocks. Every time I hear Joe Rogan's name, I think about Dave Chappelle, man. See, that's the thing. I respect Joe Rogan, right? Let's just call it what it is, right? I respect Joe Rogan for inviting both candidates onto his show. I don't know how it would go. I don't know if he would drill her. I don't know if he would give her like a Shannon Sharpe interview, but he's at least opening this up for her to come onto the show, as well as Donald Trump. She should actually take it, because if she's smart and you're having trouble with men, which she was on a hot mic and told Gretchen Whitmer, who's the governor of my state, she told Gretchen Whitmer on a hot mic, do you have any advice, because I'm struggling amongst men? You should go. Joe Rogan's podcast is one of those things that you should probably go on. I'm not a part of the Harris campaign, but I'm saying it would make sense to go on to that type of podcast if you're very authentic, and if you want to reach out to men and get the men vote. You should have been doing this earlier. And from what I've seen from this whole Joe Rogan standpoint, is he's invited both of them, and this was going on for a while. This is not just the last 2 weeks or something. Like, he's put this invitation out there a while ago for both candidates. It's too late for Kamala Harris, but she's already declined it from the one guy where he said it's a schedule conflict. I don't think she's going to go on here, because if Trump and Rogan did 3 hours, this is 3 hours of talking. This is 3 hours of not being scripted. She can't do it. She can't do it. She's not able to do it without falling into word salad city. Like David Axelrod said, what a perfect description for Kamala Harris, word salad city. But Joe Rogan, I don't think it's going to happen. And of course they want you to come to her. Of course they want you to probably read off the certain predetermined questions. They're going to want to control the entire interview when it comes to this. And the best part about the Joe Rogan experience, from what I've seen from some episodes that I've watched, right? I've watched Cat Williams, I watched Trump, I watched some other people as well, is that it's unscripted. And it's on the fly. We're talking about whatever. And sometimes they're not even talking about politics. So I don't think her campaign can handle it. They're going to probably wrap up the interview early, like they did in Fox News. Interesting. Shout out to Joe Rogan, though. I mean, it would be very nice, though, and I'll be honest with you guys, it'd be nice if you could have a certain, I would say, space where you could have both candidates come onto the platform and they be a little unbiased. Also push them on certain, policies and certain questions, but get to know them on a personal level. But it should still be a few tough questions in there. What she did with Shannon Sharpe, from what I've seen from the highlights, it was just some softball BS. What do you eat for breakfast type stuff. He's talking about what do you eat for breakfast and what you're doing. Like, nah, man, we want to see, like, You know, what, like when you made this decision, what were you thinking? Joe Rogan pushed him on Trump, and he said, you know, basically paraphrasing, like, you hired some pretty bad people. Like, why did you do that? And will you do that again? And Trump literally said, I hired this person, that person. I thought they were good. I was going off recommendations. It's my first time being the president, so I didn't really know. A lot of these people were politicians and they know how the game goes. He's like, I didn't really know the game. And you got to really see who Trump was. Kamala Harris is a fraud. She's a fraud. And if you talk to anybody for a length of time, you will see how much of a fraud they really are. She's not going to sit down with Joe Rogan. We got literally until Tuesday, right? It's not about to happen. It's not about to happen. She's not about to sit down with Joe Rogan. And Joe Rogan, I don't even know if you even want that smoke, bruh. I don't even know if you want that dang smoke, because Shannon Sharp's interview got 114,000 dislikes at the current moment. I don't know if you want to do that to your platform, big dog. If I seen that happen, I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and pass on this. But shout out to you for trying to be unbiased, for trying to bring both candidates onto your platform and let people make the decision. I think that he would press Kamala Harris, though. I do. I do believe he would press Kamala Harris. I think he would press her really, really bad if it came down to it. So I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. I'm going to see y'all in the next video. Let me know your thoughts below about this particular thing with Joe Rogan. What y'all think? Like I say, after every video, this is chess, not checkers. I'm going to see y'all at work 2 times. See you.